Okay, the last thing we're going to do is talk about absolute value. Most people know absolute value as making it positive. That's not really what it is. Absolute value, if you write it like this, is A if A is greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0. So it's the same thing if it's positive or 0. It's negative A if A is less than 0. So basically you multiply it by a negative if it's less than 0. This would make sense because if we say the absolute value of negative 4, we'd multiply it by a negative because it falls under the last one, right? What's negative times negative 4? Positive 4, good. Another example of how we would use this, let's say we had something like pi minus 3. Well, pi is 3.14, right? That minus 3, is that going to be a positive number or a negative number? Positive, so we can just leave it alone. So we take the absolute value sign off. But let's say we had pi minus 5. Now, is that going to be positive or negative? It's going to be negative. If it's negative, what do? Multiply by what? Negative. So we have negative times pi minus 5. And we can use the distributive property to distribute that in. So negative pi plus 5, which we can rewrite as 5 minus pi. Either of these answers are correct.